Hello, geometry students. I am super excited to tell you we are on lesson 11.7, almost done for the year with math. So good for you for listening today. We are going to be learning about volume of cones. So I'm going to put the a picture up here and then also the formula for you. So when we are trying to calculate the volume of a cone, the formula is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So again, capital B stands for area of the base, and this H stands for the height of the cone. So when we talk about the height of the cone, we mean the vertical distance that's going from the center of the circle down to the cone. So let's go ahead and do a particular example. Let's say that we have a circle here with a radius of 5 and the height is 12. We would say 1/3. Now, for area of the base, keep in mind that this is always going to be a circle, so we can just think of this as pi r squared h. So with a cone, there's only one possible base, and that is a circle. All right, so we're gonna have 1/3 pi times 5 squared times h. And in this case, our h is 12. Some people like to leave this in pi format. 1/3 of 12 is 4. 5 squared is 25. So 4 times 25 would be 100 pi. I can write that out maybe in one more step for some people so that it's not, too fast. But 1/3 of 12 is 4. 4 times 25 is 100. So if you want to leave this with the pi, that's the way your SAT exam will be, and that is the most accurate version of it. If you want to turn it into a decimal, typically we round it to the nearest tenth. So that would be 314.2 inches cubed. When you do your test for this section, you can either leave your answer with pi if that's appropriate, or use it rounded to the nearest tenth. So that's basically how you would use the formula. Let's do one problem where we work backwards. I'll read it and then we'll write down what we need to write down. The volume of a cone is 96 pi cubic inches. The height of the cone is 8 inches. What is the radius? So let's say that this was example 1 here. With example 2, it's the same formula, but in this case, we're being given that the volume is 96 pi and that the height of the cone is 8 inches. So let's go ahead and write our formula down. 1/3 area of the base times height. We're gonna plug in 96 pi for the volume, and then 1/3 here. Now remember that base is always gonna be pi r squared, and then we have 8 here. In this particular example, I would probably multiply both sides by 3 so that I don't have to deal with fractions anymore. When I do that, these 3's will cancel out here, and then I can take 96 times 3 and get 288. So I have 288 pi. And then here I have 8 pi times r squared. Now keep in mind that we can divide both sides of an equation by anything that we want. So the thing that would make most sense for us to do here is to divide both sides by 8 pi. So I'm gonna divide by 8 pi here and by 8 pi there. When I do that, the 8's and the pi cancel out. So I just have r squared on the right. Here, the pi's cancel out. And then when I want to take 288 divided by 8, I get 36. I would take the square root of each, and I would get that the radius is 6. So that's how we would finish that one. Now, I do want to go ahead and do a third example where we talk about the ratio of volumes with cones. If we take the volume of the first cone divided by the volume of the second cone, that is going to be the same as the scale factor cubed. So let me read you this third and final example here, and then we'll plug everything in. Two cones are similar. The volume of the first cone is 405 pi cubic centimeters, and its height is 15. The height of the second cone is 20 centimeters. Find the volume of the second cone. So let's go ahead and plug the information we have in. First of all, the first volume is 405 pi. So I'm going to put that on top. On the second cone, we don't know the volume, so we're just going to call that V. Now remember, scale factor means side divided by side, or in this case, it could be height divided by height. The height of the first cone is 15, and the height of the second cone is 20. So our scale factor is going to be determined by comparing 15 to 20. We do need to reduce this by dividing top and bottom by 5. So this becomes 3/4. So I have 3/4 cubed. Now to continue solving this, I'm going to bring down this step that I have here. So 405 pi over V. 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. And 4 cubed is 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. Then what I want to do is cross multiply. So I have 27V there. And then when I take 405 times 64, this is going to be a very large number. I'm going to get 25,000 and then 920. Now I want to divide both sides by 27. So I'm going to divide that by 27, and I'm going to get 960. So the volume of the second cone would be 960. And I need to look here because I think I left off a pi somewhere. There should be a pi right here, and then a pi in our answer as well. So it would be 960 pi. All right, looks good, guys. Good for you. Talk to you soon. Bye.